Hey, it's OhYoNameTaty back again with another video. In today's video, we will be doing the review to The Flash Season 7, Episode 17. Oh, I'm surprised I actually remember the fucking number, bitch. As y'all know, I have not been on camera because my jaw is so fucking big. You really can't tell because I got big cheeks. Like, my face is already big. But if you really look, like, this one is obviously more puffier than this one, so that's why I haven't been on camera. But let's get into it. So it starts off with Nora chasing after Godspeed, and we get to see the Citizens Building, right? Something that we saw in season 5 when Nora went to when they gave us the future episode with Nora with the long hair and her best friend. Remember the one that Danielle directed, right? So I'm just like, okay, like, we on season 7. Like, when is Iris supposed to get to that level? Like, y'all say she supposed to be this big bad bitch with the biggest building on the block with Pulitzer award, but yet she still ain't there. Like, she's still renting out a building with lackluster employees, with lackluster employees that don't even do no work. Like, Allegra whack ass being Star Labs, more the fuck did she in the Citizen? Like, I don't understand. Like, Camilla gone. Like, Camilla, at least Camilla was halfway decent. That bitch was always with her camera and doing her fucking job. What does Allegra do? But yeah, Iris gave her a promotion and say, now you're a full-fledged employee. Fuck out of here with that bullshit. When is we supposed to see Iris as the woman that owns that motherfucking building? That looks like it has, like, at least 5 to 9 floors, because that was a tall ass building. Like, when the hell we supposed to see that? Just stupid. Okay, so Nora and Godspeed, they, you know, whatever, she get a lasso, tug him, it don't work. Then Bart come and he fades through him, he on the floor. And can we just talk about Godspeed's voice for a second? Atrocious.
You're too late. Now the future belongs to Godspeed.
Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't like it. Like, I feel like Thawne's voice is so scary. Zoom voice is even scarier, and like, oh, make your bones rattle. Savitar's was pretty scary, but Zoom still had the best voice in my opinion. And Kiana, you just passed the Starbucks.
It's up here.
Oh, whatever. You still in the wrong lane?
Well, look now.
Anyway,
oh
Godspeed's voice is terrible. Like, when he got the crown on, the suit is sickening. All white and gold, looking like Tommy the Power Ranger. It's sickening. It's giving, but that voice is giving very much cheap. Very much cheap. I don't like it. So Bart and Nora go to the past chasing Godspeed, and they ended up meeting the younger version of Team Flash. Everybody from Team Flash. They were excited to see Chester. They were excited to see Grandma Cecile, which I think that's the route they should be going in, instead of letting Cecile be a metahuman that saves the day every time when they can't make sense of some science shit that they created. And so I was actually, you know, happy for Cecile, because I was like, I kind of was able to stand her character for a little bit in that moment when they were so happy to see her ass. And, you know, she had to give that famous line, like, oh my God, I feel so much from you. I just feel like, I was like, all right, girl, we get it. Don't do that shit no more. But then, girl, when Caitlyn came into the room, girl, they was just like, oh, hey, Kate, hey, Caitlyn. At least they gave her a nickname. Hey, Kate. They didn't give a fuck about her. And I've been telling y'all from the longest, employees on this show, The Flash, do not equate to family. Cecile is family, Joe is family, Barry and Iris are family. Cisco is slightly family, just because they've always been saying since season 2 that Barry and Cisco are best friends. But other than that, bitch, that's it. Like, Caitlyn, Chester, Allegra, none of them will ever be considered family. Like, they need to stop evolving co-workers and employees in family business. Like, I was so upset when Caitlyn, Cisco, and Ralph and them found out that Barry was vanishing in Crisis. And Barry and Nora told all of them at the same time that he told Iris. Like, that was whack to me. Like, everybody ain't family, boo. Shit. Do you notice that Barry is more receptive to Nora than he is to Bart? Like, I don't know, I just picked up on that. Like, he was like, yeah, he was shocked in episode 16 when he saw Bart, but then after that shock value went down, after the food scene when they were eating in episode 17, when Bart was burping and stuff, it kind of like quickly vanished, and it was like he was more
Annoyed.
yeah, kind of not annoyed, but like he was just more verbal with Nora and more not chastised, but more fatherly and more authoritative with Bart. I noticed, and I was just like, okay, but Barry, you don't know him yet. Like, you don't know Bart, so it's like I didn't understand it. I don't know. Maybe I just seeing things. I don't know.
It was the truth.
Do you think?
How I felt.
Because I was just like, he happy to see Nora. He talking to Nora. But then Bart is just like, no, Bart, you can't do that. No, Bart, we don't do da. Like, I was just like, okay, I don't know. I felt like it was weird. Let's talk about Allegra and Joe, because it's the only camera time they finna get. Because they ain't getting as much camera time on here as they did on the 17th episode. Why? Let me just tell you something, Eric. This is for Eric. We don't give a fuck about Joe's storyline. We don't give a fuck about Allegra. Let's be clear. Y'all brought Allegra in season 6 for a plot and a storyline. Decided to keep the bitch and put her in Star Labs when she really should be in the Citizen, and y'all should be showing that. So the fact that Esmeralda, her cousin, died, that we only saw probably 3 to 5 times from season 6 and 7, we don't give a fuck about her dying. And they gave this old dramatic ass, oh my god, like blood on her hands and shit. I don't care. Not even trying to be mean, but I really could give 2 shits. I really could give 2 shakes of a monkey's balls about Joe and Allegra. Like, I really do not care. Joe has never had a storyline outside of Barry or Iris, and the fact that he's trying to give him one now. First of all, Joe is, I'm not trying to be ageist, but Joe is old and we don't want to see that shit. Like, we don't want to see that shit. Like, Joe is not the same Joe from season 1 to 3. Like, Joe is not running around with his pistol trying to shoot people. Like let Joe sit down, okay? Let him sit. He needs to sit. And let's not talk about Allegra whack ass. Listen, child. This is episode 17. We only got 1 episode left. And I get it, like, they're trying to, like, scatter and hurry up and close everybody's storyline before the last episode. I get that, but honestly, Esmeralda could have died in episode 16, and I didn't have to hear from Allegra anymore after that. Like, truthfully and honestly, and Bart and Nora, the excitement around Bart and Nora is so heightened that nobody would have cared about Allegra anyway. Like, I would kind of understand if it was like Cisco or Killer Frost, like someone that is like as popular as them, but Allegra ain't got no damn fans. Like, nobody wants to see Allegra have her own story. I don't even know why Eric even did that. Like,
I'm so confused on that story.
I don't care. It's because nobody cares. That's why we're confused. Nobody cares about Allegra having a storyline. Nobody cares about Cecile getting her own episode. Nobody cares about Joe and Kramer cheating. Like, nobody cares about that. And let me say this, bitch, for the last and final time. Y'all said, Eric said, oh yeah, Joe is getting his own storyline, and it's gonna be something along the lines of things that are going on today. And he was talking about Black Lives Matter and police reform. Look up the interview for yourself, bitch. Did we get any of that, Kiana, in the Joe storyline? And how did that storyline come about? Did Killer Frost being on trial for murder and kidnapping and attempt of murder and kidnapping start that whole storyline, or am I tripping? Because the girls on Twitter was quick to say I was stupid for saying that, and that's not true. That Killer Frost was not used as a way to get into Joe's storyline. That Killer Frost was not used as a vessel for Joe's storyline. Girls on Twitter was quick to say that. But it's looking that way, is it not? And have we did anything about police reform or Black Lives Matter?
No. People always met a human.
Stupid ass bitch.
Sister. Sorry.
So, Nora and Bart know about the other version of Nora. like, damn, so they just talking about her on the regular. That is so nice. Like, so technically she their older sister that died. Like, you know, I guess. And Nora said that, yeah, I feel it. Like, I feel like she's a part of me somehow. And I'm like, oh, they could easily do a storyline on this. But I know they writers don't be writing. So, you know, they can't. We find out that Godspeed is supposed to be Bart's arch nemesis, right? But it didn't make no sense to me because when Nora and Bart were fighting Godspeed in the first 5 minutes of the episode, they were chasing him and stuff. Bart was very like campy, and he was very unfazed by even vibrating through Godspeed, you know? Like, in that moment, they basically felt like they won the day, right? It wasn't no like, yes, I finally beat my arch nemesis. It was just like, yay, we did our jobs. Like, yeah. And then now, when he's up against all these other Godspeeds, he's like not listening to his dad, going off and doing his own thing. And he's like, because Godspeed is my arch nemesis, he killed somebody that was close to me, Jay. And I was just like, why is Bart getting his own arch nemesis? It makes no fucking sense at all. Thawne by himself should be every West Allen family member, cousin, auntie, uncle, granddaddy, grandmother, future daughter, cousin, auntie, brother, sister, daddy, mama, stepmama, auntie twice removes arch nemesis. Like, that's how evil Thawne is in the comic books. He's every speedster's villain, okay? He's any person that's connected to Barry that's who he's going after. He went after Iris, he went after Wally, his wife, like his kids. Like, Thawne should be everybody's arch nemesis that involves Barry Allen. So why is Godspeed, like, I just don't like that. Like, I don't like that at all. And then I didn't like the fact that Barry was like, oh, don't be saying Thawne's name. You know how much weight that holds. Like, we don't just, like, casually say his name. Like, yes, the fuck y'all do. Yes, the fuck y'all do. Have y'all not watched y'all? And this is my problem with the show. It's like they don't fucking watch their own material. Like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? Y'all bring up Thawne every fucking season. Like, let's not act like y'all don't have a version of Wells. And yes, I know that Matt is the original Reverse Flash, but hello. Well, Tom Cavanaugh's version of Reverse Flash is the one that tricked him for a whole year in season 1. So he should be just as mad at seeing that face as he is at seeing the original Reverse Flash, okay? With the blonde hair. He should be just as mad at both of them. But yet they got Tom Cavanaugh doing all these campy versions of Harrison Wells every damn season. And Barry don't say shit about that. Except for in season 2. Like, girl, that didn't make no everlasting sense at all. Just fucking stupid. Okay, so I just don't see how Thawne could cause so much havoc in Barry's life in every season, mind you. He was in season 1, 2. I think he wasn't in season 3. I don't think he was in season 3. Was he in season 4? I don't think he was in season 4, 5. And they said that Reverse Flash was supposed to be in season 6, but obviously the panorama happened, right? So how can Thawne cause so much havoc in Barry's life and we still have yet to get an origin story for Thawne? And not Tom Cavanaugh's version. Matt's version. I gotta learn this man's last name. So Barry and Iris had a cute little scene together. I think the scene where Iris just appeared out of thin air because of Dion.
Oh, sorry.
She just appeared out of air because of Dion. Brought her back to reality. And she was just like, so Barry, you got something to tell me? He was like, no, it could wait. And he was about to tell her, I guess he was about to tell her about Bart and Nora, but I thought him saying it could wait was about Bart. I don't know what he was talking about. Like, oh, it could wait. Like, what else did he have to talk? I guess the duplicates of Godspeeds. I don't know, girl. But like he was like it could wait, and she was like, oh, so you gonna tell me about Bart and Nora or whatever? I know, I saw it, and I was just like, I don't like that. Like I don't like the fact that Iris had to see everything from a what's it called, a third point stand of view. What is it called? How you say?
Point of view.
A third point of view. I didn't like the fact that Iris had to see something from a third person's point of view. Like I just didn't like that. Like I was already upset that Iris was in the Mirrorverse when Wally showed up. Now Bart and Nora showed up, and she had to watch Barry be surprised that his kids was there, and I just didn't like that. And then they were saying that Iris was vanishing in and out of different timelines or different, I don't know, I don't understand it. Maybe if I go back and watch it, I don't know what they was talking about. But it's just like, okay, she are different dimensions or something like that. And I was like, okay, great, but y'all could at least showed it. Like y'all had 3 episodes to show that, but Candace wasn't in the episode. So I was like, it sounds interesting, but I would have rather seen it than them just saying it, you know what I'm saying? So we finally see Iris, Bart, and Nora, and Bart is such a mama's boy, and I'm so glad because Nora was so mean to Iris in like the first half of season 5. So I was just happy that at least one of her kids like her. And so Bart and Nora is like, Nora was like, see Dad, I told you Mom was gonna be okay. And Bart was like, yeah, Dion said, and then Nora gave him this look like, shut the fuck up, and he shut the fuck up. And I was just like, what is it, girl? And we find out that Nora is 26 and Bart is 19, and I was like, so Iris isn't pregnant, because that time doesn't make sense. Like that timing is off. So is she pregnant or is she not? And so we go to Barry giving Bart the timeout speech, like, you in timeout, you and Nora both in timeout, y'all finna go to Joe's house and sit down and play nice while I'm at work doing flash shit, right? And so Bart is talking to Nora. He was like, you supposed to be on my side, da 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 da. He was like, you know, Godspeed took Uncle Jay, and I was just like, damn, Jay Garrick is still alive when you born? Like, goddamn, this dude is already old as shit. Like, he's still alive when you there? Like, goddamn. Like he said, Wally and Barry trained Bart, but Jay is the one who understood him. And I was just like, oh my god, okay, that don't make no fucking sense at all. But okay, like when it comes to math, they just, or maybe I'm like, we really don't know how old Jay is, but he look at least 55, 60. And so it's 2049 where you from, Bart. And you didn't say when he died. It could have been 5 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago. And you telling me that Jay Garrick was still pushing at that time? Girl, okay. 24, I mean, I know speedsters can like come back to life, back to reality. But I was just like, okay. And Eric talking about Danielle Nicolette is putting on a Emmy Award performance, but you couldn't say the same thing about Jordan Fisher in that scene. Like, I was just so confused what the fuck he was talking about. I was just like, Eric, that's how I know Eric be lying. Because how could you say that about Danielle Nicolette overacting? But Jordan Fisher give you this scene where he crying, talking about Jay old ass, and you just ain't got nothing. I was just like, he ain't got nothing to say about that. But Cecile is giving Emmy. What is Bart giving? If that's Emmy, what is Bart? I was just like,
I'm through.
That's how I know Eric be lying. Cause I was like, how does Jordan come on a show that's been on for 7 years and outdo majority of their cast? How? Tell me, please. How does Jordan Fisher come on this show with experienced people who've been working together for 7 years and outdo majority of all these motherfuckers? Girl, like, don't make no sense. And Eric didn't have shit to say, but he wanted to talk about the Cecile episode. Okay. Killer Frost, we ain't talking about her. She is not getting no camera time for me on this page, okay? I didn't say that, girl, but okay. Like, she ain't getting no camera time. After she said, yeah, Cisco, let's go kick some speedster butt, I was just like, no. No, ma'am. So we ain't talking about her today. Nope. Skip. So when Bart and Nora get the bright idea of going back to Star Labs to convince their parents that they should be helping him, and he was like, no, actually, I think I skipped. I did skip. I skipped the scene. Oh well, who cares, bitch. All I'm gonna say is Nora called Bart a dumbass, and I was just like, yes, it's very much giving brother sister vibes. He's so annoying, and I can't wait for him to annoy her some more. I can't wait for Bart to annoy Nora like she annoyed us in season 5. Like, I just can't wait, girl. Like, I just want to. And let's talk about Nora for a second. I love the fact that Nora is not different from season 4 version. She's just more aware. Like, she's not so gullible. Like, she's very much, I take my education seriously. Like, you know, like, I take my training seriously. Versus season 5, where she was whiny and very disloyal, untrustworthy. Talking about, I didn't know Thon killed my grandma, but I'ma still work with this motherfucker. Like, God. God. So I like this version of Nora. She's very much in the know. She's very much aware. So I like it. So Barry and Iris are talking about how, like, their life comes with a lot of tragedy and stuff like that. And then, you know, while he talking to Iris, then all of a sudden he has an epiphany. And I'm just like, can they please stop doing these epiphanies? Like, if the audience is not involved in that epiphany, it does not make any sense. Like, back in season 1, 2, and 3, when Barry would have an epiphany, they would show a flashback. Why have they stopped doing that? Like, it's not like y'all don't have the money to do flashbacks. You did it with Chester and Barry when Kaylin was asking Barry what he doing, why he going on a goddamn vacation with Iris, and him and Chester looked at each other and they gave us a flashback of Barry and Iris hunching. So it's not like y'all can't do it. Y'all just lazy. Like, hello, stop doing these fucking epiphanies without the audience realizing that's an epiphany and realizing how they put 2 and 2 together. Makes no fucking sense. So Bart is doing to Barry what Nora did to Iris, and I'm living, girl. Like, Bart keep getting crunk with Barry, like pumping his chest up, yelling at him. I'm like, yes, Bart, yell at your daddy. Girl, yell at him. Now let's get to the best part of all, the fight scene with Bart, Nora, Jay Garrick, and Barry. But before we get into that, can we just say how when Bart got knocked down, Jay got up quick as shit? Like, first of all, Bart was the first one to get there in the church, and then Jay was knocked out. Then Bart get knocked out by the Godspeeds. And then as soon as Barry catches him, he's like, Bart, are you okay? Then Jay get up quick as shit. I was just like, that don't make no sense. What? He couldn't get up fast. Like, he got up quick as shit. I was just like, Kiana, didn't he get up quick as shit? And I was just like, whoever directed this, y'all messed up on that part. Because he could at least lazily got up like he was hurt. That dude got up fast as fuck. But overall, that fight, I liked it. Like, I liked that Barry, I think for the first time in a long time, it actually felt like Barry was the most powerful speedster in that room. Like, yeah, the Godspeeds, like, whatever, but they're not really the original Godspeed. But for the first time, the Flash really felt like the Flash. I was like really excited to see that fight scene. It was really good. I loved the angles. I loved everything about it. It was great. Okay. And so Cisco saves the day. And let me be honest, I didn't miss Cisco. Like, I don't even remember when he left, but I was happy to see him. It was great. Happy. I was happy to see him. Cisco. And so Cisco saves the day. Bart is unconscious. I don't know if it's kind of like when Wally was unconscious back in the Flashpoint episode when he got hurt. They can't explain it and I can't explain it. So, bitch, Bart is unconscious. All right. And so, Barry's like, okay, link me and August Hart's minds together so, you know, I can see what's going on and hopefully he gets his memories back. And so Cecile whack ass helps. And now she got a new shade of color in her eye. I'm like, girl, I don't even know.
I give up.
Like, I get, like, I think that was the first time where I understood, like, okay. No, I didn't. Because first, this bitch only got feel. She can feel shit. So now she can, like, connect. I don't know. Girl, let me move on past Cecile. I just want Cecile to be a grandma. I don't want her to do nothing else. Just be a grandma, girl. And so, finally, we get to the greatest part of all in this entire episode, which was Flash against Godspeed. And I actually like August Hart's voice with his mask off.
Actually, I expected you a lot sooner. But hey, we can't all be overachievers.
Like, I think he has a great voice. Why don't they do that voice and just give it like an undertone to it? I don't know what the fuck they were doing. I loved it. It was intense. It was thrilling. It was suspenseful. It was just a good scene. I really, really liked it. Yeah, I really, really liked it. He was talking about, it was about time you got here. I was just like, yes, it's about time he got here. Yes, yes. Give him the sass, girl. Give him attitude, because Barry deserves it. Overall, I give this episode a 7.5 out of 10. Just because I felt like them doing the whole Allegra and Joe side plot was unnecessary. Like, I felt like this episode should have been just about Bart, Nora, and Flash. So yeah, 7.5 out of 10. But girl, let's get into the goop. The vow renewal. Ah! Like, I'm so excited, bitch. Like, I've been waiting so long for this. Like, I remember on Instagram, I posted like, oh my God, what could save the Flash of season 7 of vow renewal? Can it save the Flash season 7? No, but we is getting a vow renewal, and it's all because of Leanne. I just put all my faith in Leanne. Yes, it's because of Leanne. We getting a vow renewal, and I'm just so happy. Like, I didn't think that we was gonna make it, you know. I'm just so happy that we finally are here in this moment together. Cause it's been a long time. Like, it was the Oliver show, like, what, 4 years ago? Like, I don't know, 3 years ago was the Oliver show. And they ruined our wedding with they tacky asses. And now they dead. Him and his wife. So I think that, you know, we finally getting what we deserve. The Felicity shippers finna come after me, girl. Well, come on, bitch, cause y'all ship is dead, ho. But yeah, I'm really excited to see the vow renewal. I don't really care about nothing else. Like, yeah, I care about them, like, finishing up the Godspeed storyline. Hopefully Thawne makes an appearance. The original Thawne that's played by Matt shows up. I will be very excited to see that. I'll be very excited for season 8 to be nothing about the Flash versus Reverse Flash finally. Because it definitely feels like the show is on its last leg. I always said that I would love to see the show last 9 or 10 seasons just to outlast Arrow. And like 10 just seems like a good number to end on. It doesn't look that way. It doesn't look like it's going that way. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and